Chennedy Carter has always been known for her fiery competitiveness. The guard, who carved out her name in basketball with electric speed and pinpoint scoring, doesn't just play the game, she embodies it. But nothing could have prepared anyone for what happened when she heard that Caitlin Clark had been named to the First Team All-WNBA Rookie squad. The moment the announcement hit the airwaves, Carter snapped. The outburst was immediate, passionate, and, well, a little spectacular. This wasn't just a frustration-fueled grumble over a missed accolade. It was a full-blown meltdown that left everyone in the room wide-eyed, unsure of whether to cringe or applaud. But before we proceed further, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Carter's reaction was the kind of moment that lives on forever in the echo chamber of sports gossip. Her tantrum was swift and loud, a storm of emotions that tore through the locker room like a tornado with an attitude. She yelled, stomped, flung her sweat towel across the room as if it had personally insulted her, and knocked over a water cooler that had the misfortune of being in her path. To put it bluntly, Carter lost it in a way that only Carter can. This wasn't about mere frustration over Clark's accomplishment. Chennedy Carter is not someone who easily takes second place, and the snub in her eyes was far more than a slip-up. It wasn't just about being left off the list. It was about what that represented. In her mind, the nod to Clark was a slight to her very legacy, a jab at her journey and effort. She had been working tirelessly, pushing through injuries and proving herself time and again. But in this moment, all of that felt invalidated. Carter's teammates, who had long since gotten used to her unpredictable temper, stood around like deer caught in the headlights. Nobody dared to step in to utter a word that might ignite the situation further. One could almost hear the collective inner monologue of the team, not again. It wasn't the first time Carter had been vocal about her frustrations, but this was next level. Her outburst had a certain theatrical quality to it, as if part of her knew that throwing a fit would grab more attention than any words ever could. What made the situation even more surreal was the contrast between Carter's explosion and Clark's response to the news. Caitlin Clark, cool as the other side of the pillow, had reacted with a humble nod and a small smile when her name was called. Her calm demeanor only seemed to fan the flames of Carter's temper. It wasn't just about the award anymore, it was personal. Carter couldn't stand the idea that Clark, a player fresh on the scene, was being handed honors that, in her mind, should have been reserved for veterans like herself. The thought of the spotlight shifting away from her was unbearable. The tantrum, however, wasn't just an emotional eruption. It was a window into Carter's psyche. Chennedy Carter's drive is legendary. When she's on the court, she plays as if every second could make or break her career, and that intensity spills into every facet of her life. Some call it passion. Others might describe it as a chip on her shoulder. But whether you see her fiery nature as a strength or a flaw, there's no denying that it's part of what makes her so magnetic. She is never just in the moment, she dominates it, and when things don't go her way, the heat rises fast. The timing of this meltdown couldn't have been worse. The WNBA season was winding down, the playoff race was heating up, and her team needed every ounce of focus to keep their momentum. But Carter's reaction to Clark's rookie recognition sent waves through the team. A certain unease settled in, as if her outburst had planted seeds of doubt, not only about her place on the team, but about the locker room's chemistry. For Chennedy Carter, the rookie list wasn't just a ranking. It was a reminder of the tightrope walk every athlete treads between being remembered and being forgotten. The league moves fast, and Carter was no stranger to the relentless pace. One day you're the next big thing, the next day you're a cautionary tale. Her outburst seemed to reveal a fear that the limelight was starting to shift away from her and toward younger players like Clark. The tantrum was her way of pushing back against that shift, a refusal to be eclipsed. If Carter's explosion was volcanic, her body language afterward was more like a smoldering ember. She sat in her locker, shoulders hunched, muttering under her breath. The steam may have blown off, but the frustration lingered in the air like humidity before a storm. Teammates exchanged cautious glances, unsure if it was safe to approach her or if they were better off pretending the whole thing had never happened. Even the coaching staff looked uncomfortable. They knew Carter's fiery nature was a double-edged sword. It fueled her greatness, but could also destabilize a team on the verge of something big. Her unpredictability made her thrilling to watch, but also a liability in moments like these. Yet, despite the chaos she had caused, no one could deny her talent. And that's the paradox with Chennedy Carter. Her brilliance is as undeniable as her temper. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark seemed unfazed by the drama that had unfolded around her. Clark's journey to the First Team All-WNBA Rookie selection was nothing short of impressive, but she had an unshakable calm that stood in stark contrast to Carter's intensity. Clark, the sharpshooting rookie from Iowa, had earned her spot through a season of consistent performances, showcasing skills beyond her years. Her ability to remain composed in the face of competition was a quality that not only impressed fans but also seemed to irk Carter on a deeper level. As the dust settled, the implications of the outburst became clear. It wasn't just about the rookie team anymore. Carter's tantrum revealed an underlying insecurity, a sense that her place in the league was being threatened by rising stars like Clark. The WNBA, like any professional sports league, is unforgiving. There's always someone younger, faster, and hungrier ready to take your spot. And for someone as competitive as Carter, that reality hit hard. It's one thing to compete on the court, but the pressure of staying relevant off it is a battle that every athlete faces at some point. The incident also highlighted the broader dynamic between veterans and rookies in the league. As the WNBA continues to grow and evolve, the influx of young talent is becoming more pronounced. For veterans like Carter, the challenge isn't just about keeping up with the rookies. It's about proving that they still have a place in a league that's always looking for the next big thing. Clark's rise to prominence, while well-deserved, was a reminder that the clock is always ticking. At the same time, Carter's meltdown may have had a silver lining. Her outburst, as chaotic as it was, sent a message. She wasn't going to go quietly into the background. She still had fight left in her, even if that fight sometimes manifested in less than graceful ways. Carter's passion, while volatile, was also a testament to how much she cared about her legacy and her place in the game. And for all the drama, there was something almost admirable about her refusal to be overlooked. The aftermath of the tantrum remained to be seen, but one thing was certain. Chennedy Carter wasn't about to let anyone forget her name. Her reaction to Clark's accolade, while excessive, underscored the competitive spirit that had driven her throughout her career. Whether that spirit would propel her to new heights or further isolate her from her teammates was a question for another day. For now, Carter had made her feelings known, and in doing so, she had once again found herself at the center of attention, for better or worse. As the team tried to regroup, there was a sense that the incident would linger in the background for a while. Carter's outburst had disrupted the delicate balance of the locker room, and it would take time to see if the team could fully recover from the shockwave. Still, in the world of sports, moments like these tend to get woven into the larger narrative. Carter's tantrum may have been a low point, but it was also a reminder of just how much was at stake for her. Chennedy Carter's meltdown was, in many ways, a reflection of the high-stakes world of professional basketball. The pressure to perform, to stay relevant, and to secure a legacy is a constant weight on the shoulders of every player. Carter, with her fiery personality and relentless drive, feels that weight more acutely than most. Her tantrum, while dramatic, was a window into the psyche of an athlete who refuses to be forgotten. Whether that fire will continue to fuel her success or consume her remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: Chennedy Carter is not done fighting for her place in the game. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more engaging content. We thrive on your feedback, so be sure to leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, keep discovering and stay tuned.